I'm going to work on my white side of the family. So this is my Wilson, Sadler, slash Raider Smith bigger side. That's tricky to say. So, let's start with my mom. Where's my mom? So there's my mom. And she is also the youngest. And my oldest uncle, James Gregory Wilson, with his wife, Joanne. And they had a son. We call him by his middle name, Zach. I'll explain later why we do that. But yeah, his first name is Ian, but we call him by his middle name. And Melissa and Michelle, they are cousins, not by blood because they have a different dad from Joanne's previous marriage. And Charles, I'm not sure what the D initial stands for, but this was a brother of my mom's that died as a baby. And their parents are James Woodrow Wilson, not the president. As you can tell, my uncle and my grandfather both have the name James, so that's why they use their middle name to associate which James. Also looking at his father, sorry, it's a little crazy. Here's. So this is my grandfather's parents. James D. Wilson. I forgot what the D stood for, but there's the father. And my great-grandmother, Emma Murrow Sandler, and tons of their siblings. There's my grandfather's brother, so it's my grand uncle, Walter Paul Wilson, and his wife, Sarah Patrice Castman. I'm not sure that's her name. I just did some digging and I asked my cousin about some names and confirming, but some things I'm not 100% sure. So there's Debbie Wilson, Bruce Wilson, and Marky Wilson. I messed up the years because I wasn't sure which one was the one who shot himself or the one that's still alive, so I will need to fix that. So there's my grandma, and she's actually has some half siblings. Okay, so my grandmother's parents is Frank Riley Bigger and Pearl Viola Rader, and my grandma didn't know her father really well, so I don't have much about him. But I did go into findagrave.com, and I emailed someone to find his obituary, and she found a newspaper reading about his, I guess like his obituary. So he was a cab driver and he died in his 40s. But he remarried this woman named Gladys, who I cannot find anything of her last name or anything about her. And this is her daughter, not my great grandfather's child. So Geraldine, yeah, I couldn't find any of that. And then there's my granduncle on the other side, Frank Lloyd Bigger, who was, I guess, named after his father, Frank. But they did not do what the Wilsons did, where they passed down a name and be called by the middle name. I didn't really know him as well. He got married twice, but supposedly he had a kid with someone. Don't have any details on that. And there's a rumor, I don't know who thought of it or what, but my mom said that they believed he was gay because they found some stuff after he passed away. I'm not going to mention what. My great grandmother, she remarried Charles. I don't think I have his middle name. He had a different name. Hold on, let me see if I can see. Oh, Toby. So he was known as Toby Smith, and they had half children. Well, my great grandmother had children with him. So there's William. Let's see. So Billy Russell. He died in high school, so I don't have much about him, but there he had some illness. And Nita Louise Smith, she died as a baby. And Margie Mae Smith is my grandma's half sister, and they were very close. And had two daughters, Valerie Bowman and Teresa. And they both married and have their own kids. Val has a son, and Teresa has a daughter and a son. I'm not going to go into the siblings because there are a lot of siblings. On both sides of the family, they have a lot of siblings, so I'm going to keep going up. This is my great-grandmother's parents. So Elmer Miles Rader and Lavina Mae Thomas. So that's my second great-grandparents. I was surprised because they look like farmers, and I was like, oh my gosh. But I don't know much about them. And then the bigger side, I don't know a lot, but there's a cousin that I reconnected with. Well, not reconnected, but connected with about the bigger side. And he had Denver Bigger, and he had some information to help me fill out on that side. But unfortunately, I do not know a lot. I think further in the family and the bigger side, there's a captain. I don't know why there's duplicates, but there are for some reason, which is a little frustrating. Yeah, it's just, on my mom's side, it's just so a lot. I just don't know where to start. I think I want to go back. Hold on. Okay, because I don't want to do it all the bigger side. Okay, going back to my grandpa's side. So my great-grandmother, my grandpa's mom, she's a Sadler and married. So, Janie R. Rosnett married Albert Sadler, and I think, so on the Wilson side, there's Alfred L. Wilson. I'm not sure if I have Lawrence Wilson and Sarah Elizabeth Hammond. So there's the Hammond family and the Wilson family, Sadler and Rosnett. I can't remember if it was the Rosnett side or the Sadler side, but there's someone on the family. Yes, Mr. Bean. Hold on, I gotta show you guys. Because when I first saw this picture, I was like, oh my god, he looks like Mr. Bean. So he's a third great uncle of mine, which is really cool. Most of my family were from Danville, Illinois. Come on. There he is. Hold on. I need to get a picture of Mr. Bean. Tell me this third great uncle does not look like Mr. Bean. Look at him. Oh my god. I'm shook. Oh my god. So going back, I'm not gonna go all the way up because it's really hard to narrow this down without potential mother. Okay, yeah, it just keeps. I think I have up to how many generations? Okay, this one is. Hold on, someone has to be related. Isaac Shelley? No. I think I had more on my the other great grandmother. Go back to my mom. Oh yeah, so I didn't get to mention. So my mom's first name is Patricia, but she goes by her middle name, like her brother and her father, which they didn't really need to do that, but they did. I don't know what happened. Oh no. Okay, so I'm gonna show. There's my mom. And there's my mom, my brother, Andrew, my Uncle Greg, and Zach. Then there's my grandpa, my grandma, my uncle, and my mom. My mom's so cool, oh my gosh. And there's my mom with dad's side of the family. That looks like a pinhead. And then the two on the left are actually family friends. There's my parents waiting. There's the family. My grandma's there. Why does my brother look so sad or something? We are family. There's my mom and her cousin Teresa. There's me and my mom and Chris. My mom used to do some dance. There's that. Oh my god, the snow. Oh god, I look like the younger brother from Christmas Story. Oh yeah, so my grandfather used to be, I think he used to do, he didn't do these pictures. He did photography, but he didn't do those. My mom kind of lived in a, oh, she looks so cute. There's my, oh dang, look at my grandpa, my grandma, my mom, and my uncle, my mom and family, My mom hates this picture. Like these pictures my grandpa took of my mom. My favorite picture of my mom, is her with a kangaroo. That was like my favorite, and I had it in my room when I was, growing up in the old house. And he also did railroad. I think it was like the router where he like changes for them, I guess. There's my mom high school picture, family picture there. My mom also hates this picture. But yeah, my mom, she has brown hair, like a light brown hair color. Oh, my grandpa did that picture for, and then she won. Family, more family. Oh, and then there's my mom's cousins, sister-in-law, and there's me right there. There's the family. I think that's Zach when he was little. Dang, cool aunt over here. You know what? I actually have these rings. My mom gave me the rings to like wear. It's my mom probably at work. I actually have that jacket. So cool. Oh yeah, my mom was in the newspaper a lot. She's a cool girl. Dang girl. There's my mom. Yeah, she did dance. She did tap dancing. So she got me into dance. My grandma is a really good card player. I'm gonna stop. I love to show pictures of my mom, but I want to show some pictures of my grandma. Hurry up! Come on. She was like one of the best she was a very serious card player. And I remember her always playing cards, and she would try to teach me how to do the shuffle bridge thing, and I could never just get it because I was too hard. There's my grandma and my grandpa, yeah. And whenever we visited, we always had chocolate covered peanuts that were cold from the fridge, and we would watch The Price is Right, Hawaii Five-0. What was that show? Something Mason. I forgot, but it's like one of those. She likes mystery shows. She likes The Price is Right. Did I say it already? Probably. The Bold and Beautiful. What was the other one? Young and the Restless. That one. Okay, so there's my grandparents' grave. So the difference between the graves in Illinois and the ones over here, these are like hidden. They're not like the stand up type of tombstone, so it makes it really hard to find a headstone. So I think Grandpa took that picture of my grandma, and he used to do color for the picture. She looks like Dorothy. She's very stunning. There's the family picture. There's the picture my mom hates, and there's her. No, this is not my grandpa and my grandma. This is my granduncle and my grandma. Okay, don't get them mixed up. Oh my gosh, she looks like a Peggy Sue. Love this picture. Oh my god, love. I think she hella kawaii. Look at her. Like, um, I wish I was able to ask my grandma about, family stuff, but I didn't get into this till 2 years ago, and it was already past that my grandma passed away. This is my grandma's house, and I miss being at her house because it was just so nostalgic, and she would have like lazy chairs, and then a TV would be over here. There's my grandma and her sister, and there's my uncle. There's my great grandmother, the Sadler, Emma. My mom always said that they always fought. Mother-in-law and daughter-in-law did not get along. There's my brother in the middle. There's my cousin and her twin girls. I don't know if I mentioned that. So, Joanne's daughter, Michelle, has 2 daughters. But yeah. Oh, there's both of my grandmothers. I love that. There's Grandma and me. I look so fake. There's Grandma, Grandpa. This has to be like around the time I was born, because my grandfather died a year after my first birthday. Yeah. No. Yeah. He died a week after my first birthday. And my grandma used to be a baton twirler and all that. There's the siblings. Such a nice family, my god. Oh dang, look at my uncle though. Yeah, there's the fam, there's documents, god. Oh, it's me off doing with the orange. Eat that dang orange. I'm so distracted. Well, see you guys next time. Bye.